You know, when you read a book knowing that there's going to be an adaptation of it coming your way soon, and the book is just so great, you're genuinely concerned about the adaptation? Welcome to another book versus movie. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews or book versus movie videos just like this one here at the weekend. All of my movie reviews and book versus movie are spoiler free. I will leave a playlist of my book versus movie videos linked up above. They are one of my favourite kind of videos to make, and as always, going into a book versus movie, I completely understand that when the author signs off the rights to that book or graphic novel in this case, that the production company can do what they want with it. They can change it, they can change characters, they can change the title, they can change it however. I just enjoy looking at the similarities and differences and discussing them with you here. So today we are going to be talking about Heartstopper, which is a Netflix adaptation which took me far too long to watch because I wanted to give it the time and attention that it deserved, and so I binged the first part and then couldn't find a nice time to finish it and then binged the second part. So there are 10 episodes altogether. They are fantastic, and they are based on Heartstopper Volume 1, which is this one right here, by the ridiculously talented Alice Oseman. I talked about this one in my, I think, June wrap-up. I want to say June wrap-up. Maybe it was my May wrap-up, because I absolutely adore the way the shoes are drawn in this series. I just think it's so fantastic. So this is Volume 1, and it's interesting because going in and adapting a graphic novel must be in some ways harder and in some ways easier because of the fact that there's drawings already of the characters. So we have to make the characters look quite like their drawings. The backpacks are just the same as in the book on the show. And thankfully, the shoes are just the same on the show as in the book. So, that made me very happy. I went into this going, I love the drawings of the shoes. I love the detail of the shoes. Even before knowing that we've got shoes going to be featured on the show as well. I'm trying to find a really cool picture of the shoes that were in here. But I love the illustrations in this one. Alice Oseman is just fantastic. And so yeah, that's sort of a similarity to begin with, and then we have the fact that the people cast to play these characters again are just so similar. Like even the fact that here we've got, like, you know, the close up here, it's a bit windy, we've got a jumper going on, it's a little bit cold, and even the way that kind of Charlie sleeps in his bed, so much of the scenes are shot exactly like the scenes are shot, are sort of not shot, but like put together in the book, which I think is great. So I'm still looking for pictures of shoes. I don't know why, but anyway, and then we've got these like little leaves going through the page, and there are moments in the series where the characters, the actual actors, are on screen together having a moment, and these stars and these leaves kind of animate across the screen, and I love that. So yeah, attention to detail. The bags are exactly the same, the uniforms are similar, the people look similar to all the people in the books. You know, they've done this fantastic job of hunting down and casting not only talented actors to portray this amazing love story, but also actors who look like their depictions in this graphic novel series, because there are 4 books in the series. This adaptation is of book 1 and also book 2. So we've kind of jammed together books 1 and book 2 into the first series of Heartstopper. However, we now know that there will be a series 3 and a series 4. There are currently books 4 and 3 out, and book 5 is coming, and it's going to be the last one. So whether we have kind of season 2 on Netflix is an adaptation of book 3, or whether we have season 2 on Netflix as an adaptation of book 3 and 4, and then season 3 is an adaptation of book 5, I'm not sure yet. But again, look at the shoes, look at the feet, look at the attention to detail. And then again, we've got more. Oh, here we go. Just here, like that. like just the foot meets foot, like it's just so good. I love the fact that it's so true to life. And then those moments are captured perfectly. And then yes, the casting of the other characters is just so true to the graphic novels. And then these characters act out these scenes that have been written so beautifully romantically and drawn so beautifully and romantically, and they just embody that, like the meet cute moments and the moments of uncertainty and those like tiny little touches that are depicted in the books, and they just come to life on the screen. They've just cast these actors so well, all of them throughout the book. However, one of the differences between the graphic novels and the Nteflix series, focusing on the characters, is the fact that we get to see a little bit more of some of the side characters. And I really like that when we have a movie adaptation or a series adaptation of a book or series of books. I like the fact that we get to see a little bit more from some of the side characters, because sometimes we have a book that is written in the first person, and so we won't necessarily know what the side characters are thinking separately. We won't necessarily know what they got up to when they went home after a particular scene, and so there are some added scenes. However, I believe that those scenes add value to the series as a whole and make those side characters even more developed and give them even more motivation for their love and support of their friends, the main characters, Nick and Charlie. I thought that, even though I was talking to somebody else about this and they said that they weren't sure about the added scenes and the added details and sort of added drama, however, I think that they really do add something to the series as a whole and add something to these characters, because these characters are so well written already. Just giving them a little extra life and a little extra screen time, I think, is just a sort of gift to the series as a whole, and I really like those extra scenes. Do let me know in comments if you've watched it, if you think that the addition of more screen time for the side characters is a good thing or not. Would you just like to see more Nick and Charlie? We also have Charlie's sister, who is the sister. Charlie's sister is the protagonist of Solitaire, which was Alice Oseman's first novel, and where the Nick and Charlie featured first as a side character and then got their own graphic novel series. And again, this is an illustration of her here. Again, not spoilers, we sort of you know what happens in the series generally, but this is her in the, let's focus please camera, are we too close? Let's move out a little bit. This is her in, you can see two pictures of her there, in the graphic novel. And again, they've just cast her so well. And I'm really interested to listen to the audiobook of Solitaire now. I have it borrowed from the library. It's not on my TBR, but it might happen. Who knows? Maybe August. August is generally a good reading month for me. But we have her as well. And again, she is so well cast and so well depicted as she is depicted in the books, in the show. So yeah, then we have sort of, the script and the main plot points. They are very true to the book. The words that the characters say are often said exactly as they are in the books on the screen. The way they look at each other is done exactly the same on the screen as they are in the books. The way that the side characters interact with the main characters, the way the side characters interact with each other. Maybe there's some extra scenes added in there, maybe there's some extra lines added in there, maybe there's some extra movement added in there, another event added in there. We've got a sort of sports day happening that sort of semi is alluded to but is developed more in the book. The rugby matches sort of come to life in the book, on the screen, but they are still in the books. The rugby lads come to life a little bit more on the screen than they are in the books. And then the general essence, it's an essence definitely we're capturing here, this romance between our two main characters and the obstacles that romance faces, is just that the essence of that is just captured so well by the series. It gave me butterflies reading the book. It gave me butterflies watching the show. The teenage angst that they both feel, just came across so well on the screen as it came across so well in the books. And then these side characters, they all have their own issues and anxieties and worries and fears and romances and sort of self-centered moments in the books, and they have them even more in the show because they get a little bit more airtime and their scenes are a little bit more developed, and I really, really love that. I think that just the series as a whole is a fantastic series. If you haven't read the graphic novels yet, I think they went out of stock for a little bit. They're in stock now. I know my library had them. I read the first book from the library and then reread when I sat down and read the whole series cover to cover up until book 4, of course. But if you haven't read it, it's fantastic. If you enjoyed the series on Nteflix, obviously you'll know what happens in books 1 and 2, but if you want to know what happens next, read books 3 and 4 and you'll find out what happens next. I just think it's fantastically well done and I really, really enjoyed it, and I absolutely loved the author cameo in the last episode of the series as well. I thought that was fantastic. I kind of didn't know it was coming, and then I was like, I wonder if, because Jenny Han's in all those To All the Boys I Loved Before movies, I wonder if Alice Oseman's going to be in here somewhere. And there she was, somewhere in the last episode. No spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. If you have, leave me a little comment below, let me know that you spotted it as well. But yeah, overall, I'm not going to make a call on the book versus the show. Would I reread the books? Absolutely. Would I rewatch the show? Absolutely. I will probably reread the books before watching season 2 of the show, and I will probably rewatch season 1 before watching season 2, and of course bring you another book versus movie for season 2 very, very soon. So I hope I have brought all my points across. I always love when I can get really, really into a series. It's really nice, especially when it's a graphic novel series. I really, really love these books, and I will at some point, hopefully this summer, read/listen to Solitaire, so I can get to know Nick and Charlie outside of the Heartstopper series a little bit more as well. And yes, as I say, Alice Oseman, ridiculously talented. I need to read more of her work. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on future book versus movie scenes videos coming your way very soon. I still have not done The Last Letter from Your Lover, so that one is coming your way because I still have not watched the movie yet, and it came out this time last year, so there we go. I will be back with more bookish content for you in the week and more movie reviews coming your way very soon. So yes, I will see you then. Thanks for watching.